Hello Libra, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, does not cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here we have the card of change, the Two of Pentacles. This is really taking a step in your life. Now, I was going to say a big step, but I think like all big plans in life, they are really a series of small steps. Yeah. So I think that this is like the very next step that that you need to take. Let's put this into some context. Let's see what's going on. Let's see where you are. Let's see where you're going. Okay. Let's see, we've got a Five of Wands next. All right. Ooh, Lust Strength card. Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and Six. There is a plan moving forward. It seems to me like this is kind of an urgent thing. I feel almost as if this next step has to happen quickly. Even before you have an actual plan, you've got to make a move, right? The plans can come later. Right? Well, you can sort out later exactly what you're doing. I think right now we need to take that step. Yeah. And it may feel like it's starting over. It may feel like you're leaving a lot behind. But this is a crucial step. Okay? This is a really big step for you. And I don't know if this is something financial, something business related, if we're talking about maybe a relationship. Now we've got the Queen of Pentacles. We've got an Emperor. Okay. We've got a Five of Pentacles and a Two of Wands. Yeah, I think this is a pretty urgent thing. I wonder if there is someone in your life right now, whether it's a boss, a friend, a family member, a spouse, whatever it is, somebody that is acting kind of like this tyrant, kind of like an emperor. Yeah. I feel as if you have a certain creativity in you, but almost... it's almost like this person is kind of stifling it. You know, that this person is trying to control that creativity. It could be that you're in a situation where you don't have the kind of creative freedom or creative control that you want. It could be a business partnership, could be a collaboration with someone, it could be a romance, right? It could be something more personal. Let's select the mystery card. Yeah. This is the bonus card, confirmation card. It's one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We are just going to set it down over here. We're going to put Kevin, aka Mr. Bates, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this tarot card reading you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. All right. Okay, major arcana, we've got these two. And both of these are fiery major arcana, right? One is kind of an Aries energy, one is a Leo energy. And to me, they're both very assertive. They're both very strong characters. But there's a certain kind of creativity, freedom, passion, lust, you know, in this lust or strength card. Whereas in the Emperor, it's more power that comes by way of having hard and fast rules, regulations, a certain kind of structure that you have to live within. So they're both very powerful, but they're both kind of at odds. You're butting heads. Two of Wands. You're butting heads with somebody. Yeah. And this is a situation that kind of says if you want your freedom, if you want to have your creativity, you've got to make a move now. You've got to do something, even if it means you're going out on your own, even if it means that you're kind of leaving something behind and starting fresh, starting over again. The important thing is that you do it quickly. The plans can come later. The certainty can come later. And I feel like it's through this kind of, this next step that you get a little bit of relief in your heart and your mind, right? This is the only air energy that we have. We've got the two major arcana. We've got some fire, We don't have any water. I don't know that this is a romantic thing. It feels, if it is a marriage or something, it's more of a business thing than it is like a kind of a love thing, right? Or that maybe there was love here, but the reason why there's no water now is because that's kind of gone, right? And yeah, I'm being very blunt with it. It seems like the only real tie here is this physical energy, okay? Could be the physical part of the relationship. It could be kind of talking about just like staying together because it's financially more, easier. It could be a business thing. It could be a work thing. But I feel as if someone in your environment is trying to push your creativity down, wants you to conform, wants you to play by the rules, where you kind of want to do things your own way because that's who you are. You want a little bit more of this creative freedom, a little bit more passion. You want opportunity to follow your heart and just kind of see where your spirit, where your enthusiasm takes you. But not this person. No, this energy is all about confining things to a certain standard, a certain rule. Yeah. The emperor makes the rules and expects everybody else to follow them. Yeah. And I think this is where you're butting heads with this person. I feel like making this move, right, getting out of this situation as soon as you can, is going to bring you a lot of clarity and a lot of peace. Okay. And it's going to allow you then a little bit of room to figure out your plan, your overall kind of trajectory, and kind of map out the next few steps. Like I said, it feels like you're taking a really big journey, but it's a lot of small steps to get there, A lot of earth energy here. Yeah, a lot of earth energy here. Spirit's telling me to ask about the family dog. What's going on with do you have a favorite dog? I don't know if you have more than one dog, but I feel like there's one particular dog that is kind of like the favorite, or the one that always, I don't know if maybe there are two dogs, maybe one's kind of that person's dog, and then there's one dog that's kind of your dog. But Spirit's asking about your dog, about that favorite kind of dog there. And I don't know what the question is, but Spirit's telling me to ask about the favorite dog there. Yeah. Anyway, the Ace of Pentacles. It's up here at the top. And this is kind of what we're looking at. And this is kind of giving us a little bit of hesitation with the central energy here, the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. We know we need to act. We want to act. We're going to act. But just the idea that, am I going to be starting over? Am I going to have to build something up from scratch again? Is this something that I've already done all this work on? Am I just going to leave that behind and start over? I don't know the answer to that question. But I feel like that may be the idea. But I feel like if you stay in this situation, you're not going to have this anyway. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that you're really giving something up because this is never actually materialized yet. We see that even maybe staying with this energy, I'm not going to just say that this is a person. This could be the job. This could be whatever you've chosen to kind of, to link up with, right? Staying in that energy feels like it's going to cause problems with this earth energy anyway. That if it's a financial thing, some of this gain that you've received is going to go away anyway. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, if we could look at this in a financial way and say you've made this investment, if you get out now, you're kind of mitigating your losses. If you stay in, then something's going to kind of tank and it's going to be gone anyway, right? So it might be this idea of it feels like we're leaving money on the table, but you're saving yourself more money in the long run, something like that. Now, this isn't I'm not giving stock tips here. I don't know the first thing about that stuff. But it does feel, as far as the energy goes, that this is the prospect. This is what we're hoping for. And this is the 9 of Pentacles. This is gain. This is going to be a really big windfall. This is going to be this is going to be it. This is everything. This hasn't really materialized yet, right? This is still kind of the theory. And I think that you've made a lot of progress to get here. I mean, this is progress, right? But it's also potential. We've come a long way already, but we want to stay in. We want to keep. It's almost like you hit the jackpot at the slot machine, and you're just like, I'm just going to keep going, or blackjack or whatever. I don't know. I don't gamble. But this is the idea that you've made a whole bunch of money, but then you're just going to bet it all and keep playing, and it's like, maybe not. Because if we look at the house as being this emperor, the house is always going to win. The house is always going to win. You can't win playing this person's game. So it's kind of taking a step away, taking a step on our own, taking what we have won already, what we have earned, gained, what is ours, and going in our own direction. Because you cannot win playing by this energy, by this rule. Okay? So we've got the 2 of Pentacles as the very first card. This is about that next step. This is about kind of taking what is a partnership and perhaps splitting it up into 2. If this is a company, well, then this is like you kind of go that way and they go that way. If it's a marriage, if it's a friendship, whatever it is. Yeah, I feel like the cell has divided into 2 now, and this is the difficult thing. This is really the 5 of Wands. Maybe it's not going to be the friendliest of conversations, right? And I think really that this situation now is not all that friendly. We've got that 2 of Wands at the end anyway, plus the 5. I kind of wonder if there's already a lot of trouble here. There's already a lot of bickering and arguing. You're already not getting along. Yeah. And I think the only way for you to get a clear picture of your path and where you're going and what is coming next is to remove yourself from this energy, at least for now, at least temporarily, right? So that you can get some peace of mind, you can formulate a plan for the future. All right. Now, let's go to the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, doesn't cost you anything, and it helps out the channel, and I do appreciate that. So we start off with the Queen of Pentacles here, and this could be you making this move and then looking back at the past and thinking, wow, this was a crazy ride, but it was a good learning experience, right? Because the Queen of Pentacles is someone that's very retrospective. This is an energy that likes to look at the past and learn from it, because it's hard to kind of see things while you're in it, But after the fact, we can look back at the situation and think, wow, yeah, I made a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of good choices. I learned a lot. That was one heck of a ride, one heck of an experience. But we can't always appreciate it when we're immersed in it. Yeah. So this is you kind of afterwards thinking, yes, this was the best choice that I made. The best choice in terms of freeing your own kind of passion and your creativity, because this is your will, and this is a will that needs to express itself. We can't do it playing by these rules, whatever this is. If this is the context in which you are expected to function, but it was limiting. It's too much structure for you, of the wrong kind, right? You like structure, you like rules, but it's got to be rules that kind of allow you to grow and to express yourself and to be you, So I like the Queen of Pentacles. Sometimes the Queen of Pentacles is also regret, right? And this might be what's kind of preventing us from moving forward, is the prospect of, what if I make this move, and then when I look back on things, I kind of regret making this move, making this decision. So we've got to deal with that. That's going to be our conflicting. I mean, it's kind of a natural, like, Libra energy. We've got to be ready for those different kinds of perspectives. Yeah. Okay. Spirit's asking me about your water bottle. I don't know. What's the deal with the water bottle? Do you have a special kind of water that you drink, or a special bottle of water that you have? I wonder if it's just kind of well, maybe it's a metaphor, right? Maybe it's saying, we need some water energy in this reading. We got to kind of cool off. And maybe that's what we're going to be doing here. We take this big step, we take this little step in the course of a larger process, in order to enable ourselves a little bit of time to refresh ourselves, to rejuvenate, to take a breath, get a drink of water, and figure out what we're going to do next. Yeah. Because maybe this is just kind of too much fire and too much earth. Yeah. That it's become a bit dry here. We're so focused on manifesting, right? Because usually I really like the fire and the earth. Fire and earth, fire, earth, fire, earth. Everywhere, fire and earth, right? But for some reason, it feels to me like what we are manifesting is not what we truly want, because we're playing by somebody else's rules. Yeah, we're manifesting somebody else's fire rather than our own. So I feel like with this air, this is the air energy that's right in the center of the reading today. Everything else, fire, earth, earth, fire, earth. It's all fire and earth. So this is about expressing yourself, manifesting your will. We need the fresh air of these swords right here to get a good perspective on what we want to do. And this isn't saying that you have to run as far away from this energy as you can, but it's saying, no, you've got to take a step away, take a step back from this in order to get a fresh perspective. Maybe get a drink of water, take a breath, and see where you want to go from here. It feels to me, with the Emperor in this position and the Five of Pentacles here, that yes, you are manifesting something, that you are accomplishing, you are successful at what you're doing, but you're doing somebody else's work. You're not doing your own. Does that make sense? And so maybe this water bottle, maybe it is a thing. Maybe you do kind of carry a water bottle with you everywhere. And this idea of being responsible for our own nourishment, our own satisfaction, our own health and well-being, right? So the fact that we're in this situation it's up to us, right? It's our responsibility. So I feel like we find ourselves here, and now we've got to find our way forward. Yeah. And the Five of Pentacles too, this is kind of the position that we don't want. This is the card we don't want. We don't want instability. We don't even really want change. We like things kind of staying how they are. We like the routine, we like the stability of things, but we know that something needs to change in this situation, but it's kind of scary to think about our lives being uprooted, or kind of the disruption of our routine now, even though it's necessary to disrupt things, because we need to get into a situation where we can kind of maybe, have a little bit more creative control, or whatever you want to call it. So we do have to go through this energy. We do have to realize that things might get a little bit more uncertain, a little bit more unstable before they get better, before they solidify. All right. And the Two of Wands really is your choice. And this is going to be, it's going to be a situation, it's going to be a choice or a decision or an action that you take that's going to meet with some resistance. This person's going to say, no, I don't want you to go. I don't want to split the company up, or whatever it is. There's going to be an argument. Your will and their will are going to clash. Yeah. But this card's saying that you are strong enough to do this, but it has to be a choice. It has to be something that you really you make up your mind and you say, okay, I'm going to do this. Even if it's just a temporary step away from things to get a better assessment. you know. Let's look at the mystery card. I feel like there's some nervous energy kind of building up in you. I wonder if you have something that you fidget with. I don't know if it's like a pen, if you're someone that like flips the pen around your fingers, or if it's some kind of fidget toy, or I don't know. I feel like you're just kind of doing something with your fingers in a kind of a nervous way. Yeah. Obviously, I think we need a little bit of water here. A 6 of cups would be very nice. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we have. Oh, it's the Lovers. Interesting. Interesting. The Lovers doesn't always mean a romantic relationship. Okay. For the first thing we need to point out, it doesn't mean that this is a union between these two that is of a romantic nature. It could be, right? It could be. But if anything, we're talking about taking a break from this, right? So getting the Lovers now, I think, really is the idea that we are choosing ourselves. We are choosing our creativity, our passion, our spirit, our soul, our will. And that is the ultimate kind of marriage, right? Being so committed to ourselves that we are willing to do the difficult stuff. Yeah. Willing to do the difficult stuff. So it's not so much about the disillusion of this partnership, but you choosing something that is more meaningful. You choosing yourself over anything else. Yeah. And this card's all about choice, all about commitment. Yeah. And yes, sometimes we have to break our commitments. Right? Maybe you made a promise to this person. Maybe you signed a contract. Maybe you agreed on it. Maybe it was a handshake agreement or something. Sometimes we've got to break our promises, especially when in these kind of rare cases where we realize that we promise something that really goes against our own true nature, our own true will. Yeah. Very interesting reading. We're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around for that, click on the link that's up in the corner, or there is one down in the video description. New readings for Libra every Wednesday and Saturday, but I'm here every day. Just come on back, see me tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.